pretty good. Oh man, oh, it's fucking freezing in here. Oh, that made me itch. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna. I will. I will in a little bit. Yeah. I said I will in a little bit. Yeah, no, I said I will in a minute.
Huh?
I will in a minute.
Why?
Can't see me in my video. It's all dark. That's what I was trying to say.
You're on a video?
Yeah. Basically just saying goodnight. You know what I mean? Honey, I'm gonna.
What?
I said, honey. I said, I am going to make it this time. This thing that's wrong with my leg right now. It's only a matter of time. I was even watching this content real thing, and it said if it's going up and down, he said it's only a matter of time. I said, huh? This guy on this video, You know, he said just stay at it, and he said eventually you'll just tap into it the right way, and your videos will explode. I gotta dream and think for something because I tried it with the business, I tried it with everything, and nothing stayed. And through all the accidents I had, all the funny videos, it's about getting noticed. And it's not really the content of the people too. It's has to do with YouTube. If if YouTube recognizes you, right, they can push you through to where there's a wide variety of people that watch you. Like that thing we paid for Facebook at one time. I think it was like $10, and I got like 5,000 views. Or was that TikTok? I can't remember. But I was gonna make money on TikTok, and then they monetized. They whatever the hell you call it. They took it off the internet, banned me. For, I don't even remember. It was something dumb, and I had like 30 some thousand likes and like freaking 3,000 some followers. I was getting views left and right. My lowest view was over like 500, 600. I was getting thousands of views. Then they banned me. To Facebook did the same thing. You know, TikTok's the only one that um, gave me a warning about something. Sent them a message and sent it back to me. Basically, I had a argument claiming that there was nothing against it. I wasn't doing anything wrong. It was a copyright. And they understood it. They said just in the future, just let them know that if you do something like that, that you're not copyrighting it. So I was like, okay. Facebook, they don't give you an antidote. TikTok and Facebook, they don't give you a reason for anything. Like they just demonetized me again for because I took a picture of my leg and showed my leg. Apparently, they said it was sensitive content. I was like, sensitive content. So I gave up on putting videos over there anymore, sharing. It's just not worth it because they're just blocking it all. So I'm fine. I did. This one guy, Wade, it sounds like he really cares because he keeps tabs on what's going on and wants to make sure I'm all right and stuff.
Yeah.
This guy, Wade, that's on YouTube,
Yeah.
you know, wants to make sure I'm all right. He wants me to do a fast recovery and stuff. Yeah, it's nice. It's encouragement. I could use all the encouragement anyway. I mean, I got God, but it's good to hear it too. When you try so hard to do everything right and everything just beats you up and makes you feel or look like a loser, whether it be fans or kids, your own kids, sometimes to each other. The stress is overbearing. try my best, that's all. Sometimes it doesn't look right. It all depends on how you look at people, family, or whatever doesn't look at it right. Make their decisions on what they think about it. So I'm just gonna keep being me and keep doing me. I'm gonna get through this and I'm gonna conquer this. I have no idea how. I think the biggest thing is I'm not gonna give up. Because if I give up, I'm lost anyway. Plus, I figured this weird thing a couple times where I died, which did die a lot of times. This is different. I died, nobody was there. And I also had a dream where I was looking at these line of people around this wall, and then there was a big lake of fire. I asked, I'm pretty sure it was God. I asked, and I said, "Well, what are these people?" And he's like, "These are all the people that you were supposed to talk to, and you didn't get a chance to talk to them. So if they made their own decision, that's where they're headed. Is there hundreds, maybe thousands, and that's another reason why I gotta get right too, because I gotta be able to testimony to people. Even your brother said that he was a deacon in the church. Only way that I want to be able to do that is I gotta fix myself. At the same time, I gotta talk to people, and it'll help fix me. That's what God wants me to do. So it's like Moses. He was in the wilderness for 40 years. 40 years. And no one knows what the wilderness means. It means he was out just doing worldly things, probably drinking and whatnot, and just having a blast. And the saddest thing is he was miserable inside and depressed. It took him that long, you know. Basically, what that means too is he keeps going in circles. You know, like if you were ever lost, and he kept going around, not realizing it, keep winding up at the same place. You know, like I took this turn, I took that turn, I took this turn, I'm still at the same spot. And that's how kind of the repeat cycle. And that's what makes people insane. Is if you repeat the same over and over again, it's considered insanity because you're expecting different results. It's the same thing over and over again. I don't want that for you or for anybody else because it's torture. To repeat something over again and you fall. It's like you never get past that first step. Then once you do, there's another step. There's another hill to climb. And sometimes they're harder. You have God with you. You get through it easier. It's I guess faith will must proceed from these mountains. The thing about it is you gotta have that faith. And the more faith you have, the higher you can climb with no promise. And this is gotta understand you have to go through these storms. You don't have to go through them alone. And that's my problem. I'll be like, tell God, idiot. Ted, don't do that. I got this. I got this. I know exactly what to do. I remember that one time I was fixing the was it the thermostat, and this was a different thermostat. This thermostat was connected to the whole top of the housing plan. And man, I when I tightened that bolt just a little too tight, and it cracked the whole plan. Oh my goodness! I had to replace the whole freaking thing. That was I was about ready to cry at that moment because all the amount you spent on something like this, and then when it cracks, it was all for nothing. Because now you gotta get a whole new piece, plus you gotta pay a lot more money. It's just not worth it. Or you replace one thing with some other. I remember one time I replaced the whole cooling pump, and here was the thermostat. That's why you always replace the cheap part first, because I still had to replace the thermostat. But that's all I had to do, because it's been everything. I'm like, this thing feels fine. But to on the safe side, let's put it. Oh, and then that nice car, oh man, I remember that nice car. It was paid $1,100 for it, and I thought it was a steal. Man, I took care of that and went and ordered new parts for it, new struts, new shocks, new brakes, even put a new fuel pump on it and everything. And when you know it, as soon as we moved into the house that I had to fix up, as soon as I pulled up for the last stop, transmission fluid busted out the back. It was sad because I had to pay for the back taxes, pay for all new plumbing, pay for new electrical boxes, new wiring, new breakers, new plumbing pieces. Crazy. But that's what I have to do. I do everything to take care of my family. I remember one time it was below zero out. Lived up in Windsor, and shoot, I'll never forget that. It was cold, and the blow on mill went out. Furnace. So that night I had to put 4 pots on the stove to boil. Then I had to tie up sheets and make everybody sleep in one room. I got it up to 70 degrees in there. We also with many blankets. It was a good time because we all worked together. And the next day, I was looking at it, called the landlord, sent a service guy out. The guy said, I don't have that. I'm going to have to order that part. It's going to be 2 weeks. Well, 3 days of this. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I had to do something. So I tore the front off, not tore it off, took it apart, and found the motor that wasn't working, pulled it out, tore that apart, and it seized up. So I loosened it, cleaned it all up, put some grease, um, cleaned all the dirt and stuff out of it, put it back together, clicked on. We had heat again, and by the time the service man came out to replace it, he took it. He went to go take it out. He said, "Wait a second, this is for the bottom wheel." So I said, "Oh my goodness." He ordered the wrong part anyway. So it's a good thing that I rebuilt that blower motor, because we would have been having to sleep like that. Because it's hard to sleep like that, because I had to keep waking up in the middle of the night, well, every couple hours, and not even every hour or an hour, something like that. And I keep
Are you
that
doing
in
a video?
order. Yeah, I was saying about the time. Remember when I had to rebuild that furnace motor?
I thought you were talking to me this one.
I knew you were sleeping. Just trying to get used to all this talking. It takes a time to get used to the camera, and I'm just reminiscing and talking about God and stuff too, and how He's gonna be the one to pull me through this, pull me out of it. And how I was saying about Moses. Moses was in the wilderness for 4 years, which basically means he was all into the world, the worldly stuff, until he had enough of repeating the same cycle over and over again. Keep coming. You ever get lost somewhere and you keep coming back to the same spot? And you're like, how'd I get here? I made a left, I made a right. I keep coming back to the same spot, and you're lost. Um, but to repeat it over and over again is also considered insanity. Same thing like climbing up this hill. Step one, you climb up, pull it out, you climb up, you pull it out, and you keep having to climb it until you learn your lesson to get to the next step. But the whole point about that is if you have God with you, your faith, a faithful mustard seed will move mountains. So your little bit of faith will help you get up there. And the more faith you have, the further you'll be able to go. Now, the troubles and tribulations and trials that you're going to have to go through, they're still going to be there. They're going to still be the same thing, whether they get worse or stay the same for a season. You're still going to have to go through them. And the difference between it is the more faith you have, the more they won't bother you. My problem was through the years, even up until now, basically, is God's like, hey, stop, don't do that. And I'm like, it's okay, God, I got this one, I got this. And then, he's just God, he just, you know, if you tell him to stop, he'll stop. And when you fall on your face, he's right there. Did you learn your lesson yet? I'm not going to punish you because you're punishing yourself. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh my goodness. But the good thing with God, and he like it's somebody else's. If it's somebody else, like even a family member, or even your own kids or your own wife, you fall, you idiot, you did it again. They call you all kind of names because you keep repeating it. You know, but with God, he just says, "Hey, it's okay. I'm still here for you. I still love you." See, God's different because God's love is unconditional. Your kids, wife, and everybody else, it's all under conditions. If everything goes smooth, I'll love you. If everything gets rocky, they may still love you. They have a weird way of showing it sometimes. And with God, put Him first. That's what I'm doing from now on because He's the one who got me through all the stuff that I went. I went through some dangerous stuff, some horrific stuff, some crazy stuff, and even through childhood, He helped build me strong when I was going through these things. I mean, to be honest, I wish He would have helped me a little bit more to get out of these situations that I was trapped in. All the stuff I went through made me the person that I am today. You know, just like I faced a fear the other day when I had this accident with my leg. I was talking about this camping trip, saying I'm afraid of different insects and snakes and spiders and stuff crawling on me while I'm sleeping. Little did I know I was going to face that fear because that night I was in so much pain, didn't really sleep. I rolled over the tarp on the ground and I couldn't get back on the tarp. I was in that much pain. I remember this big giant spider crawling on my chest. And I just swished him off and I said, "Get out." I it didn't even faze me about the fear because I was in so much pain. So, there was one good thing that happened. I faced my fear and conquered it. I don't know about the heights. I am a little afraid of heights, get me shaking up legs if I'm up too high. But when you're in pain, you really don't know how you're gonna act. You can go one way or another way. When you're faced with something, your reactions change. You know, for instance, a kid tapped my foot by accident, and my reaction is to throw him across the room because it hurt. But I just yelled instead and said, "What are you doing?" Because it caused me to jump. My wife, she is right now in all this. We went through a lot of stuff. We had a lot of wars, you know, a lot of family gets in the middle of your stuff. And of course, if it's her side, her family members are going to be on her side, but at the same time, kind of manipulating the situation to where you look like the bad guy all the time. And that's basically where I was at. But she realized who she loves, what she loves me about, you know. kind, gentle person who just had got dealt a bad hand through life. So I try to make the most of it, try to do the best I because of all the not so nice stuff I did to her. Yes, I realize
Sorry.
I realize that you can either deal with it or leave. But I decided to deal with it because this person knows me better than I know myself at times. So that's why we're still together and I'm not giving up. But if she gives up, there's nothing I can do. I want her to, but at the same time, I have to know what's important, what's not. And one thing I'll tell you, in your relationship and you have kids, the kids come first. But if the kids are being disrespectful or selfish, that's a difference too. Or if they're, get off, cat, get off, get off. But the cat just keeps laying on you. Honey, you know you ate them chips, or just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, have one eye closed and one eye open so you can make sure you know, you can get up in time. Um, my family, they love me. My son is hard headed. So we just had like an out. Apparently, he maybe wants to remember. So the thing about that is, he thinks basically I don't do much. Anything I do, I wasn't the nicest person. I wasn't trained. I think that I just wanted to love. When the back talking came and all that, I didn't know how to do corrections. I did corrections wrong. I didn't want to do corrections at all. I just wanted to spoil and give them everything I didn't have. It doesn't turn out the way that you want it to. I mean, certain things you can control. There's a lot of it in there that you can't. And that's another reason why I bring up God because he's the only one that's going to straighten this out. Me, you see certain things, and I'm done. I'm done. And that's why I gotta call him back. So help me not be done. Help me understand this. I'm doing one sided, you know, thing here. I don't want to be one sided. I want to understand. Why is my kid saying this to me? Why is my kid being this hateful, mean, wrong? And a lot of times I deal with people that dealing with something that could not have nothing to do with it. Not have nothing to do with it. And then again, it might. Or it might get caught up, whatever the case is. If they are making you mad purposely or not intentionally, either way, they could be just hurting about something. And instead of telling you straight out, or here's one promise. They'll tell you some stuff they know that either you can change or it's gonna hurt you. Or they might say something like my son said many times. You figure it out. Like I said to him one time, son, all I wanted was respect from you. And he said, I'll never forget this. He said, you know what? Have respect for yourself. And it hurt, pissed me off because I spent so much time cleaning your room, trying to do everything right, and everything. And you say something like that to me, I took it the wrong way. I lashed out and I said, forget it. I don't need to deal with you anymore. We didn't talk for a few days until I came up with the decision. I said, how about this? We agreed to disagree. And then we came up with that motto. Because the problem is my son is very smart, but he's too smart for his own good. And the problem with that is I really don't know what the problem with that is. That's what it is. And the thing that hurts me, and he knows it does, is even this accident. You know, I should have went. I should have went camping, but it happened so well because on top of everybody being plastered and me being painted, not sleeping throughout the night, uh, he waited for like 3 to 4 hours before taking me to hospital. Even if it was a stranger, he would have took me to the hospital. It's almost like he wanted me to pay, but at the same time, it's like, you know, why'd you carry me to the car? I mean, I know I could walk. It's like, it's almost like, I'll do this for you. Even if it's a lot, a little bit, I'll do it. We were supposed to do the bathroom together, and it's still unfinished. He was supposed to help me finish it, and he just kept dragging it on and on and on and on and on and on. Well, you need to get this, you get this, and I'll help you. That was a lie. But his girlfriend's dad, if you need something, he's right there. If one boy's family, they need something. See, I'll tell you something right now. If you want your life to be better, I'll tell you right now, the surroundings. Your surroundings is the most important thing in raising a family. If your surroundings aren't with you on it in any way, shape, or form, your siblings are going to run to you, especially if they get upset. And if you allow it, they'll keep doing it. If you don't allow it, without explaining to them what's going on, they get in their head, manipulate their minds. And that's what happened with my kids. That's the main reason they don't respect me like the way they should. They get brainwashed basically. And me, in poverty level income, I get called everything in the book. I've already got called well, piece of crap dad, worthless, everything. What it boils down to is, do you believe that? And, and me telling you, yeah, I believe it. What I'm saying is I take part ownership of it. But if I take the full thing, then I didn't teach them anything. And what they say, they never told me anything. Like I was just looking at some videos. He says he didn't have no shoes. He had to wear slides. He said, well, I sent him a picture of his closet. I found it in 2018. He had nice new clothes in his closet. He was organized. I might even have done it for him. And the shoes, he had like six pairs of shoes, Nike Air and Jordans and stuff. So I'm telling you, because when you get older, your uh, your mind, you forget stuff. So they know how to pinpoint it because you might not forget it, but your kids will detail it. Or when did it happen? What day? What hour? Whatever. And you're like, I know it happens. That's why it's good when you have pictures to show, hey, what are you gonna say? A family member gave you that? And they might even try to do that. Say, well, I know someone gave it to me. I know you, but it doesn't matter. Justify your case as much as you want you to. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. So, there's nothing here. So yes, I raised them, and they have their own life now. If they want to be around me, be a part of it, times like that. If they don't want, that's their choice. Ultimately, they make the choice after they end. But if you just stay firm and stay strong, just like in the Bible, I forget who it was, but he wanted, when he was 18, he could get his inheritance. And his two brothers, the one said, I don't need it right now. And the other brother said, I'll take it. He went, explored that life. And he was kind of smart about it too. And his ego was really high. When he left, he came back. But when he came back, his dad was like, he was embracing him and he was apologizing to his dad. They ran up to each other and said, I'm sorry. He said, it's okay. He said, I spent everything, I lost it all. You know, it's, that's what's supposed to happen. Because if he would have succeeded out there, he would have never learned that his dad was only trying to help. So, what I'm trying to say is, if you don't want your kids to fall on their face, if they fall on their face, it might be the only way that they're going to learn. So, it's actually a blessing because if they conquer on top of the way they treated you, they're never going to learn. You might never see them because they're going to think for every dollar that they make and every dollar that they lose. And here's the thing, the money that they make, they're going to say, I did this. The money that they lose, they're going to say, I got to be more sharp. I can't be like my dad. Or I can't be like my mom. I can't think like that. So that's what keeps them away. Is because they feel like the only way they're going to freaking succeed is if they get further away, and that's why they move far away. Sometimes they move far away, sometimes they don't. But as long as they keep their distance, then they'll be able to stay on top of things. You know, my dad, 70 some years old, and when he passed away, I remember him saying, before. He's like, well, a long time ago, he said, don't treat your kids like the way you were treated. My family basically abandoned me. I said, no, I won't. But before he passed away, he's like, hey, son, can you come over? He got that COVID shot. I think that's what killed him. That and the emphysema. He asked me, he said, you get the shot? And I said, no, I'm not going to. He said, well, don't come crying to me, boy, if you get sick. Yeah, and then he passes away a few months later after that. But he said to me, he's like, son, when you gonna come see me? And I said, I was busy at the time. I said, when I get a chance. But we had arguments because I don't talk to any of my brothers and sisters. They just choose not, that they don't want to be around me anyway. 'Cause they're all money hungry. And I said, Dad, you are keeping what we talk about between us. He said, yeah, still. And I'm like, are you sure? He ain't saying nothing. I said, just got this feeling. He's like, well, if they ask how, tell you your situation. I said, don't do that. Don't tell them if I'm doing good or if I'm doing bad. I don't want them to know any of my business. And he said, I'm not going to lie. So basically, when my dad passed away, I got a plan for that. He said, apparently there's a rumor going around that because of my dad worrying about me all the time, and he did that to himself. I didn't tell him to worry about me. You know, heck, that when I got jumped and they killed me, he didn't even come out to the hospital to see if I made it when they had to resuscitate. How cool can you be to not even listen to your kid? He's on his deathbed. That's why I know my kid will realize it. I just hope he's that old boy realizes that I've always been here for him. I always had his back. And though I may not take your advice all the time because I got my own, but they can say some pretty harsh stuff. Anyway, that's why I say you need a higher power. You need to go be able to go to someone. Now they say go to counseling, therapy, and stuff. Well, if you're dealing with something that no matter how many times you get it out, it comes back, you need to go to somebody who can actually take care of it and help get it out forever. That's, and I'm not saying counseling ain't good. God can do all that too. He's the one who's the reason why I'm still working with to change me. I was a ruthless, mean person who was trying to deal with all the bad stuff he did, but just keeping it getting worse. Smoke weed all the time, and whatever I had to do to stay afloat. Like I said, now I need more effort, and I do tend to forget it. And as soon as I forget it, it's like you're holding a gun hand and you get distracted. Next thing you're walking and you're sitting there talking to yourself because God ain't there. You left him way back there, and you're thinking he's right with you. That's why I keep going in and take a step back, find out where you're at, and make sure give it all. Because God don't want some kids that said, I have all this for your benefits. That being said, don't just give him some, just give him everything. It's not too much for God. Remember, what is it? 1,000 years is like a day to him. So you can lay everything on and he'll figure it out. It might not be your way or not what you're thinking. Just like I had to find it in two different places. One was jail and one was the mental hospital. And even somebody told me, said, no, there's that creep, my wife's brother. He said, I'm sorry, Ted. He said, but I think this is it. I think you messed up and you burned too many bridges. She's not going to want anything to do with you. And I said, really, really? But if God, I think he's tired of it too. No, I said, God, do it. He said, yeah, if you wanted to, it's going to take a long time. And it has been. Hopefully, it's been over a year. I don't plan on going back. I don't want to go back. It's like the other night, shut the drain. I know it's going to be the last time. I still shut the drain. What it did. I don't even remember half of the night because I blacked out after so many 20 shots, 30 But between us, it was four of us. We killed 3.5 gallons of liquors. Dehydrated. What? Just sit down, cat. Stop climbing around. Sit down. Sit down. Just walking around laying. No, 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 and no. So you even got to talk to the cat. Just lay down. Get all hunched down there. And here's the thing. Tell yourself, tell yourself this, tell your significant other. I did the best I could with what I got, but here's the thing. It was never meant to be. If you would have said this, then you would have did this, it would have been a lot better. Me. I did the best I can with what I got, but I needed God. I realized that, so He can help me because I knew I couldn't do it alone. And that's the thing. We think we can do it alone, but we want ourselves. Just like I told you earlier about the thermostat house, to replace the thermostat. I knew exactly what I was doing, exactly what it needed, and everything, it all. The sad thing was is because I said that, uh, I cracked it by tightening the bolt too tight, and that part stayed with me too. When you think you can do something yourself, it's fine. But when you think you can do yourself all the time, you're fooling yourself because eventually you're gonna make a mistake. And the thing about it is you can just hope that it's small. But the thing about it is you don't know if it's gonna be a big mistake or a little mistake. You don't want to take a chance. It's the same thing. Like, he was like, well, what if there isn't a God? If I get up there and there's nothing, I said, what if there is? Or if this whole life you're like, no, I'll find out when I get there. You go to God and be like, oh my gosh, you are. Do you remember when we did this? You ain't gonna remember anything because you're with sin. books he was a sin. And what does he do with sin? He threw it into the ocean and forgot. That's, he's forgotten sin. So don't blame the devil every time you bring something back. You bring it back. But as far as God, he threw it out to you. You talk about it again to him. He'll just say, what are you talking about? Well, that thing that I'm doing, yeah, but you already asked me for forgiveness. So it's gone. Yeah, but I already said it's gone. I don't know what you're talking about. See, because he understood what you were talking about when you were giving it to him. But once he took it away, and you're talking about, you don't know what you're talking about because that's no longer in existence. If you do it again, and you ask for forgiveness, because see, you're forgiven. Because see, it's new. Because the old one is gone. He doesn't remember the repeated times. Because people think that he remembers repeated times. The only thing that he remembers is that mistakes you're making. He knows before and after today. But if you repeatedly do something, he knows that you struggle in certain areas. So it's not that he doesn't remember. It's not that he's stupid. It's nothing to do with that. It's when you ask for forgiveness of something to God, this is your heart. It's gone. Now you have to let it go. It's where you better start reading your Bible. Because here's the thing. The more you read your Bible, the more you're teaching your spirit. It's almost like you're the teacher. Um, and or God's a teacher. But by you reading, you're the student. And what you're doing to being a student, you're knowing your inner self spirit with what you're reading. So you build that one stronger. This starts baby steps. First, you give milk, just like a baby. Baby milk. You know, then when they get older, they can handle food. Give a baby straight food, they'll gag and choke. Same thing. So to little, what that means is to choke. You feminine morning, you can go which can go different ways. Oh, I'm not reading this. This is too much. How can I read this while I'm going through all this? That's where you just take 8 steps. Go deep into it. Just take a nice smooth dive into it. Where you're not going all over the place. And just tell yourself, okay, I'll read about 10 minutes every morning. Every morning. I'm going to read one verse every morning. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's not about if it sticks to you. Nothing's going to stick to your flesh until you get transformed. And what's sticking to your flesh is God's will and wishes and his desires. Because then what goes in, it's going to come out. So by filling yourself with God, you're going to start talking and acting like it. You know, be like us, self-image. go somewhere, I'm not doing it. We'll let you know. You need to go here, you need to get out. Or if you don't hear them because you're distracted or whatever, you'll actually have someone come up to you and say, hey, God, I need whatever, just to throw you off so you can get in the right direction. So that's why it says pay attention. Pay attention to everything. Pay attention to the blessings and not the blessings. Because not the blessings and the blessings, they're both teaching. But if you don't get a blessing and you need to learn a lesson, it'll do that. But it will only do that so he can give you blessings. So he's basically guiding you in a better direction than you're going, or the direction that you think you're going right. If you're going right, you might actually be going down the wrong road, but it just looks right at the time. And the way God shoots, he's like, you're like, oh man, that road's hard. Oh my God. One thing I learned in life, a lot of times, in order to make your job easy, you have to work hard. You ever hear the saying, hard work pays off? That's what this is. Because if you don't work hard at it, you got to take it easy. Say whatever you're doing breaks, how you gonna know how to maneuver it? Because you're just stuck on the way. That's why if you work hard at it, you can find the ins and outs, the easy ways, the ways in case something happens, all that. You know, there's many different metaphors and ways of thinking about different things in life, but the main thing is you have, you, you ever hear the saying, don't pay attention to anything else, just pay attention to the finish line. You know, for instance, you're fixing the car, you don't know how it's going to take, but you know you got to keep at it. Because you don't know, you might not even fix it. You know, you might have did all you can do, but next thing you know, someone comes up to you and says, hey, you alright? I can't fix this. Oh, well, here's, let me take a look. Oh, there's your problem. Your mother's son. So you just save your hours, headache hours. And, oh, I ain't got the money for that. You stick it up. There's a new car coming your way. You don't know about it. Or someone's trying to get rid of a car and the engine's good in it. Whatever the case is. God's way. He has the way of figuring out the problems. You just have to believe. You ever hear that saying? Seeing, believing, seeing it, seeing it, believing, believing, seeing it. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. That's, that can even go as far as if you want to take another step. I can't find my keys. Put it right on your face. I mean, they're right in front of your face. I can't find my glasses. They're on the top of your head. Where'd my car go? Sorry, parked in the back. You know, it's like, just slow down. Pay attention. There's a reason why these things are in front of you. It might be as simple as a self-awareness check. What am I doing? What's going on? You know, like, oh, this is so. Sometimes the diverse, you know, why you're getting pulled over here and over there, is to guide you in the right direction, and it might look like a detour. It could be a detour that you have to do something before this, or else the other thing would go right. That's why you better just do the best you can. Prove something back. He's the one who's going to get you out. He's the one who will ultimately get you out of everything. You just have to believe, and you have to want. Remember, guys, it's not going to say point one. I know you see right point. That's us. I mean, God loves that. Once you know about what you told about self worth, if you want something bad enough, you'll figure out how to get it. And so it's not, want him bad enough, or should I say, you want more of him bad enough. Just got to do what pleases him, even if it's small things. Just asking him to help you with this, or help you with that, or simple as help me wake up later. You're not going to get much sleep, or help me get some sleep. But at the same time, if I don't get enough sleep, help me stay still alert, be with me, so I can function the next day. I had to do that before, and it works. It really does work. I'm telling you, if you have a sincere heart and you're trying, you see you're trying, even if your heart's not really sincere, but you're trying, it counts. You might not think it does, but it counts. A lot of times, you can't see it, it doesn't feel like it or anything. Maybe you need to change directions or go somewhere else. Or maybe you just need a self check to make sure you're doing the right thing. Because ultimately, the ball's in your court. If you want to succeed, you will succeed. If you don't want to succeed, it'll show it by the fruit produce, which means plant the right seeds. It'll think about it as, you know, when you plant something, sometimes it can take several months before it shows. You've been growing, and if it doesn't grow, what did you do? Did you put in the right type of soil? Did you give it what the way it needed? Did you take care of it properly? That's the same with God. If you want it bad enough, if you want it bad enough, you'll get it. My leg. I should really have my leg elevated because it really hurts. It's hard to see. I don't know how long I stay on here, but I just want to tell you, and this is really literally the only reason that I love anybody and love most people is because of God. We have to understand it's just being core nature. Our love is conditional. God loves unconditionally. So if you have His love and you say love somebody you really good, you don't make mistakes. We do. He doesn't overthink or doesn't overdo something. We do. We don't forget things. We forget things. I said it. God don't forget. God forgives. We need to forget about something. It's no good for us, and it's not going to move us anywhere. You will forget. You will. If you're not forgetting, you ask God. It's something got to do with that. But I guarantee it's going to make you stronger. Blessings are going to be well worth it. But at that time, it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like a battle. Sometimes it feels like everything is just completely against you. I've had that experience. And I'm still learning. You know, God's irrational. It's irrational. We are rational enough to know if something's wrong with the eye. Best thing I can tell you is before I get old, do your best you can. What you got, by all means, make sure God you can't go from that. You didn't try to run it or you had something better for you. So that's the way it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the speech. I hope you should see the video as well. So wish me luck in life. Or should I say, Franklin, is that great girl he is. Love you guys. Love peace. See you guys. Love you.